Uh, okay, we are live. Welcome everyone to this very exciting live stream today with Chinese Cooking Demystified, which I think I'm pointing to here to my left, to my right, Steph and Chris there, and we have got my name is Andong with us also, and today we're going to be playing trivia. Okay, we are live. Okay. Welcome everyone. Turn off my sound. I always do that. So first, let's just go around and just introduce everyone's channels real quick. So first off, I am Amy from the channel Blondie in China. My videos are all about traveling in China and at the moment, Australian kind of content since I'm not able to travel at the moment. So yeah. Now we'll move on to Steph and Chris from Chinese Cooking Demystified. If you could introduce your channel real quick.
So yeah, we cook stuff. We mystify Chinese food. I don't know, right? Yeah,
we cook Chinese food from China. We live in China, so right. You know, we do what it says on the tin.
Right. Yeah, so I guess we live in Shunda, right, which is, you know, a little bit south of Guangzhou, right? So
yeah. And sorry about like him. He will like probably jump in like during the thing because he's like very needy. So
yeah. Otherwise he might get barky. So yeah, you know.
Yeah. Oh, cute. What's the dog's name again?
Oh, Hayek. Hayek, you know, like the Austrian economist. It's not a political statement, I swear. It's you know, it's a schnauzer. So yeah, you know, I wanted to choose an Austrian economist. It's second favorite. So
awesome stuff. Andong, if you could go ahead and introduce your channel.
Yeah, so I like to cook stuff from all over the world and kind of tell the stories behind the food I cook sometimes. And since I've spent a lot of time in China, there's also a lot of Chinese food, and that's kind of the overlap, I think, between all of our channels. But also there's a lot of food from all over the world. I was born in Russia, so there's some Russian food. I live in Germany, grew up in Germany, so there's German food. But then wherever I travel, wherever my travels take me, that's what I cook.
Awesome. Well, yeah, if you guys don't already follow Chinese Cooking Demystified or My Name is Andong, please go ahead and do that right now because they have some of the most awesome content out there on YouTube about cooking. Some, of course, very awesome Chinese cooking content. So, yeah, so happy to have you guys here and have us all in one place to go live together. I'm really excited for this. So I thought to start off, maybe we could go around and just talk about what life has been like for us in the last few months in these crazy times at the moment. So I don't know, Steph and Chris, would you like to run us through what life is like there in Shunda for you at the moment?
Sure. Right. So I guess we'll be the first to introduce our life, I guess. Yes. So, right. We have we actually took some pictures. We make a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Right. So,
nothing to this one. Is it on?
Yeah, we can sort it over. Yeah. So, right.
So while Chris is looking for the stuff for the pictures, so life in China is basically like back to normal. We live in a low risk area. Like there are 3 categories like of like risk. So these are like the street. Is it sharing?
I have your stream. I have to add it to the stream. That's my job.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh wow. So is that Shunda there that we can see?
Yeah, this is the street. I just took the pictures yesterday. So life is basically like back to normal, and most of the country, besides like a couple cities that had like a recent small cluster in communities, most of the countries like normal. When you're walking on the street, you don't need to wear a mask. You only need to wear a mask when you are in more like closed areas or like elevators or like theaters, this kind of things. You can go out and eat.
Yeah, so it's basically like, you know, especially like now, because I think when was it like that the you know, the risk was lowered where you didn't have to wear like masks outside. There's still a lot of people wearing masks, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Also,
so this is a kind of a street food, like snack shop downstairs that sells like the beef organ stew kind of thing, and they also sells like herbal tea. Yeah, so this is like life now. It's durian season.
Oh, amazing. The best time of the year.
Yeah, so right, this is basically what life is now. Yeah, I would say mostly getting back to normal. Oh, this is our neighborhood bar that's like in that little yellow house.
Yeah.
Especially during when we're testing ramen, it's like very stressful and tired. And at night we'll go there and play chess. And
that's cute.
yeah.
so yeah, it's basically like, how to say, because we, I think, ended up, kind of in lockdown a lot earlier than the rest of the world, right? So start earlier and end earlier. So, it's we're basically like 2 months ahead of you guys, I guess.
Yeah.
So right, hang in there. Things will be fine soon.
Thanks, guys. Andong, do you want to go ahead and share with us what life is like for you right now in Germany?
What is life like for me right now in Germany? So yeah, sure, I can share that. Trying to find the button. So I do not have pictures of the street because actually the street just looks like everything pretty much looks normal. And things are also starting to get back to normal. There are the usual queues everywhere and stuff like that. So for me, I decided to share with you what I've been up to in the past few weeks while I was on lockdown, because that time is just over. Like, we're getting back to normalcy, but I was busy with a few things, and I'll show you. Hold on. Let me pull that up. And now let me use the magic of technology to share with you what I am seeing. Hold on. Ooh, I'm so new. Like, I'm a tech dinosaur, I feel.
Don't stress. This is all very new to me as well. Absolutely loving the live streaming scene. It's so much fun to like get together with everyone. But I've seen your. Here we go.
Yeah. So I'm ready to share what I did. So one of the things I've been doing is I've been playing around with complex sourdoughs. And by that, I mean, like, most people always try to make these like big and round and puffy, very beautiful looking loaves, which I love. I've tried to make those. But I've been getting into like what you see on this picture here, which is more of like a square shaped bread, like this is like a German, Scandinavian thing. So smørrebrød in like Denmark and Sweden. I think it's something like this. So this direction is like, it's so much easier to bake this bread because you kind of forget about all the crap that has to do with shaping and all the folds all day long and stuff like that. You pretty much just focus on like the proper time and the proper stuff that goes inside. And shaping is like because you use a cake loaf, what is it, like a loaf pan to bake that. So that's what I've been playing around with. It's amazing. Like, you don't care about gluten. You can put all the flours you want, all the crazy stuff, and oats and seeds. So yeah, that's one thing I've been enjoying in quarantine. So that's my quarantine sourdough.
Love it.
And the second thing is I've been studying Korean because my goal was originally to travel to pick up some Korean and to travel to Korea by the end of the year and then do like a whole series on Korean food. I don't think that's happening this year.
I don't know. I think like traveling to Asia should be fine though. Like, as long as they allow you to go in. Like, I mean,
that's the big question, right?
Yeah.
We'll see when foreigners can actually come back into China. Like,
exactly.
Theoretically, I could leave, but then I
won't get back in.
Yeah, I couldn't come back. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be legal for me to travel to Asia, but I have a YouTube channel. People are watching, and I think it might be a little bit of a weird message to send out to people if I'm like traveling really early and like showing everybody like, hey, look, it's cool to travel. Not sure. Like, I have to do more thinking before I do that type of thing. Yeah. So, but I'm still like, I can still use the time to learn Korean, because then no matter when I go, if it's later this year or early next year or whatever, I'll probably be at least somewhat conversational, I hope, in Korean. And I think traveling is just a million times more fun when you speak the language. And I'm sure Amy can tell us all about that.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to show you is I've been rediscovering alcoholic beverages.
Me too.
And by that I mean I can actually go. But what I mean by that is that, you know, like, I'm not a huge drinker at all, and when I drink, it's like I like to enjoy a couple of good beers. But more recently, it's because I've been working on a collab with a Baijiu brand, and they've gotten me into like making drinks, because they're trying to market Baijiu abroad, so to the world, because nobody outside of China drinks this stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're working on that, and they came up with a lot of cool like long drink and cocktail recipes based on Baijiu. And I was very surprised by how good this tastes and how much fun it is to make these things. So I'm afraid I opened Pandora's box here, and now I will be making a lot of drinks.
I feel like, though, with Baijiu, right? Like, I almost feel like making like a fancy cocktail. It almost like, you know, the Baijiu loses its soul somehow in the process, you know, right? Like,
there's some of that, yeah.
Yeah, like you need to have like, you know, four kwai, a little thing of like arguoto or something. You know, a little bit,
well,
a little bit of
self-hatred,
you know, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like you've been very productive in this lockdown period.
Always. How about you, Amy?
Oh, okay. I will share my screen with you guys. Let's see if I can.
Wow, it's so weird. We all have these things prepared.
Oh.
It's like we planned this. Okay, is this coming up for you guys? There we go. That's my beautiful mom. I thought you guys would appreciate this. So last weekend was my birthday, and mum asked me, what do you want me to make for you? I'll make you anything you want for your birthday dinner. And recently I've really been craving the dongbei guobao rou. I was
thinking that's what it looked like. Yeah.
It was her first ever attempt making it, and she did an absolutely fantastic job. It was so, so good, and it was the best thing. That's a close-up of it. She even like deep fried it twice. She did all the steps, and she's a dentist, and her nurse is actually from Harbin. And so when mum was planning to make this dish, she asked her nurse for all of the tips about how to make it correctly. And yeah, it was so good. So what else have I been doing? My girlfriends took me out for a birthday picnic, because restrictions are easing slightly now in Sydney, and you can have groups of up to 10 people outside gathering. So we had the four of us and had a little picnic by the Sydney Harbour, which was awesome. So good to see life is kind of like going back to normal. I've also been having a lot of dog time with me and my dog. My dog is obsessed with me at the moment, because my sister just drove back to Melbourne. She was with us for the last 2 months. And I think my dog is trying to make me stay by showing me more love than she usually does, because she's probably scared that I'm going to run off at some point too. So she's been staying particularly close to me these days, and it's so, so cute.
So I know, like, when you went back, like, from Germany to like Australia, you were telling us that like you had to do some kind of like quarantine in your house, right?
Yeah.
Was like the dog in your room, or was the dog like elsewhere? And did that drive the dog crazy if it was elsewhere?
No. So basically my dog, she really gives me the cold shoulder when anytime I come home, because she's like, oh, you've been away for so long. I'm not going to get too close to you because I don't want to miss you again. So for the first couple of weeks, she did not come near me at all. And I don't know whether it was like pack mentality. My parents weren't going near me, so the dog didn't go near me. So I had zero contact with the dog, or almost zero contact with the dog for the first 2 weeks that I was back. And now I've been back 2 months. She's finally warming up to me again. And you know, she's sleeping with me sometimes, and she's crawling all over me. She's adorable. So that's a really nice a plus side of quarantine and lockdown. My dog loves me again. And I've been doing a lot of hiking. We found some really cool hiking trails near my house. This is one that we discovered a few days ago. And we literally walk 5 minutes from my house, and we're in the middle of the bush, which is a very nice plus side of being in Australia. We have a lot of bushland. And so this track we could be on for like 2 hours, and we had a lovely little hike. But yeah, that's essentially what I have been up to. Yeah.
You have no idea how blessed you are with all of that amazing nature in Australia.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really, really lucky. I'm lucky to live in Australia, that's for sure. Finally also getting back to normal, and yeah, it'll be nice to actually just enjoy my home country for a few months or maybe more. Who knows how long this lockdown and no travel period will be extended for. But yeah, just playing it by ear at this stage and seeing how things go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think, like, my brother in the US, right? It's just so different than it was here, because he was like, yeah, they haven't really been able to like go outside for a while. They're in Pennsylvania. But at the same time, he's like, well, I can at least, slap on some running shoes and just like go running down side roads, right? And it's just like, yeah, that's like the exact opposite of like what we had available. Like, I feel like lockdown here was a little bit less intense.
Yeah.
Just because it didn't,
yeah,
it was like a little bit less serious, right? So like it didn't last as long either.
Yeah, so here the most serious one was like kind of 2 to 3 weeks. Where like everything's closed. Mostly like basically everybody is staying outside, not outside, inside. Only like markets and supermarkets are open, but then like you mostly do deliveries. And even if you're going to supermarkets, like everybody's like all protection, like wear like full stuff.
Hazmat suit.
Yeah, right. So, but then like after 3 weeks, it's basically kind of starting to ease because people are going back to work. And I think like also starting from that point, the cases starting to drop. We actually like have like the shorter, like really strict lockdown, but then like after that, it's just you're still like being more careful kind of thing. And starting from April, things are kind of basically get back to normal. And like now in May, it's just besides wear masks.
Yeah, I mean, like I still wear a mask outside, especially like as a foreigner here, right? I'm gonna be the absolute like last person to take off the mask,
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe we could talk about how we all met, because we've all met, each of us have met everyone, but we've never been together in like one room together before. But so Andong and Steph and Chris, how did you guys all meet?
Yeah, I mean, like
in Steph and Chris's comment section.
Very early.
Yeah, you were an early commenter, right? So it was just like, we just kind of like shoot the shit on the channel, right?
Yeah,
the comments. Yeah.
I mean, I was very happy to find your channel. It was like back when I started to think I started thinking about making my own channel, and I looked at what type of like Chinese food content was out there, and I knew from before that there were some channels, but I wasn't like ever like super happy with like one, and then I found yours, and I was like, okay, that's it. Because like in the beginning, I was thinking, should I just make a pure Chinese cooking channel? And I found yours, and I'm like, it's already there, and then you're doing the best job possible. So yeah, and then that's why I stuck around in the comments and had a lot of fun nerding out about various things and ingredients that nobody else would talk to me about.
It was like the jianbing, right? That was where it was like, then because like we did like this really like intense jianbing, like we always do, where it's like, okay, like we need to make like, I mean, I guess we weren't doing the Tianjin version, but anyway, right? We wanted to make it like, as close to like what you would get like on the street, right? And then, then you had a really good video that was like, okay, I'm gonna take that and make it so that people can actually make it,
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of what I do on my channel, because I don't even. It would be absurd for me to try to make like hyper authentic versions of everything. I don't have the access and I don't have the knowledge. So I think my role is really in trying to simplify things down, kind of be on the tracks of the authentic original, but make it accessible to people wherever they are.
Awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah. So that's your meeting story. And then I met Steph and Chris last year when I was in Shenzhen, and we got in touch and we made a video together, right, guys?
Right. Yeah, the market video. It's pretty good. I like that video a lot.
It was really fun. Chris and Steph took me to their local market and we got ingredients to make a meal back at their place, and that was super, super fun. And then Andong and we met not 2 months ago back in Germany, or maybe 3 months ago, and things worked out really well. And I was going to Berlin and thought it would be great if I could meet up with Andong while I was there. And Andong gave me some tips about how to do some Chinese cooking with German supermarket ingredients.
Sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
Yeah, like when I look back at the results, there's I don't think they were super authentic, but you know, it was edible food. But yeah, happy to be back in Australia with my easy access to Asian ingredients.
Type something in, mini schnauzer.
Yeah, this is mini schnauzer.
Yeah. Your dog is overtaking the live stream.
Yeah, I know, he's very annoying. Like, keep pawing. If like I don't know, when we're like both sitting in front of the computer and like talking to the computer, he just like has to come up here.
Yeah, right. Maybe you can go back over there. Annoying.
Did this whole situation at the moment, like with lockdown and the virus stuff, did it impact the way that you guys are making your content at all? Like, I know you can make your content from home, but what kind of challenges did you face in the last few months? Steph and Chris, maybe we start with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically
you can't really test complicated recipes.
Yeah, that was the very first kind of like...
the very first couple weeks, especially like... because all the shops are closed. The Taobao, like buying things online, are much slower. Yeah. You can like really, I want to make Sichuan food or something that needs some specific ingredients that we'll need to buy either online or at the market. So you don't really have too much options. You can only stick to simpler things. So that's why we did the mantou, the steamed buns.
Mantou, and then also the
chili chips, because we have a bunch of dried chili. So,
and actually, Andong, I saw you post a photo on your Instagram story yesterday or today, and a big bag of dried chili. Can you give us a spoiler alert what that is about, or is it top secret?
Oh, it's not top secret. I'm starting a journey into Sichuan food, which again has to do with the aforementioned Baijiu brand that I'm working together with. They're from Sichuan, so I'm making like a series about Sichuan food. I'm getting a little bit of expert advice from a few special guests, one of which I cannot reveal because it's to me at least, a very big deal, because it's a big book author. But that's what I'm working on. And obviously for Sichuan food, I need a lot of chilies. So I stocked up on that. And I had like this huge, it was like this 4 times the size of my head. It's still here. No, I think it's in the other room. It's just ginormous bag of chilies. Never seen anything like that before. But
what kind of chilies did you end up using?
Well, I believe those are Arjingtiao or something close to those.
Okay, so
that's
But I don't know, because on the package all it says is like a very generic dried chilies, and it doesn't say anything. They're from China, but in Chinese it just says La Jiaogan, and then
welcome to like the most frustrating thing in the world, right? Because like, lots of times like we want to like kind of understand like, okay, what kind of like dried chilies are actually used here, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to the market and you're like, what are these? Oh, these are dried chilies, right? And then it's just like, well, what kind of dried chilies? Dried chilies. It's like,
exactly.
Yeah, I think one of the shorter ones, I think those are either cayenne or like the Japones chilies. I think that's what they are. But yeah, I'm still like not sure. The Argentino are the really long ones, right? So.
Oh, is it the really long one? No, then it's not Argentina. See, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's always fascinating.
Oh, it depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. It does depend on the batch of Argentino. That's
But
true.
I'm always impressed by like how much into chilies both like people in Asia are, but also people in even North America. I think that's one of the biggest differences between like North American, like US cooking and like European cooking, is that
Cocaine, did you say?
in Europe it's pretty much just like no, I did not say cocaine. What?
I thought you said
What? How did this?
the difference between North American cocaine and European cocaine. But you said cooking.
European cooking, making the food. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but
Sorry,
I think like so just a very biased, very subjective European view. I think sometimes Americans kind of oversimplify European cooking until it comes to peppers. Like in America, everyone's about like all these different amazing peppers because I think you guys are close to Mexico and you have access to all this amazing stuff. Plus, chilies are from the Americas anyway, right? So the varieties are like, there are so many, and you guys are so like, for this you use like a smoked poblano and this and that, and in Europe it's just
You need
chilies.
a hearty, fruity chili, yeah.
Yeah, and in Europe it's just like sweet paprika and chili. The end. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's basically kind of like the way it is like in Guangdong, right? You know, it's just like, you know, you have the dried chilies,
You have the
and then you also have like the fresh ones. And there's like red and green, right?
Exactly.
This one's spicier than the other. Yeah, you know.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Steph and Chris, you've recently moved to Shunde, and last time we met up in Shenzhen, you were talking to me about how great the cuisine is there. Could you give us an update on what the food is like in Shunde, what makes it so good, and if you have any favorite dishes?
The food is great. It's like so Shunde, it's basically like the center of Cantonese food where you can say it's like epicenter of like Cantonese food. And here the culinary tradition is so strong. Like every family is just has like all this like everybody is like a good cook. So like when you have such a good baseline and you go out to eat, even just like a steamed fish, it's done perfectly. And there are so many restaurants here. Also got like huge competition. So they're trying to do. They're also like trying to innovate. Try to create different variations, maybe based on more traditional dishes. So yeah, it makes us like. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it might have been just a glitch in the matrix there.
Right.
I think one of the things is you end up getting so spoiled, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like you end up having this like amazing meal, and it's just like, that place was pretty good. Yeah, it's like, it's like the expectation becomes like, something like done perfectly. So it's like, we are incredibly spoiled nowadays. But yeah, once you can actually come back into the country or also on the way to Korea, you have to come here and have some of the Cantonese food. It's
for
arguably the best place for Cantonese food
in the world.
Yeah. An argument could be made for Hong Kong, Guangzhou, maybe Macau, but it's one of the best places.
Well, one day we're all meeting in somewhere in Guangdong and doing a level 999 street food tour.
100%.
No, level 9,999.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta add that 9,
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh, Andong, by the way, I tried making your pulled noodle recipe the other day. I failed. I think I did something really wrong with the dough. I don't think that I kneaded it enough. I didn't use high gluten dough, and I'm not sure if I needed to use dough with a high gluten content.
I don't know either.
What you think I did wrong? Like, do you have any tips for me?
So a lot of people like you have been trying and asking me about the hand-pulled noodle recipe. And spoiler alert, Chris and Steph just did a hand-pulled noodle recipe, which answers a lot of questions. But I think in the greater hand-pulled noodle world, there are still a few mysteries to me. Like, for example, I managed to make hand-pulled noodles with just flour, water, salt by resting my dough overnight. which is kind of like, I think, what you tried to do, right, Amy?
Yeah.
Resting it overnight. And so for me, in the beginning, that like it started by accident, and then it kind of started working better and better. And then I kind of tried to develop this method. I just forgot my dough overnight one time, and then I noticed that like it stretches like crazy. Started working on that, but it's just like there's just always so much that can go wrong, and so many tiny little details about hand-pulled noodles. And it's a very difficult recipe to test, because for me, whenever I do a test batch, like my shoulders hurt and I need to like rest for half an hour. I know Steph knows exactly what I'm talking about. but that's the crazy part. It's like very difficult. Like you can't like try like, oh, I'm gonna try like, here are 3 doughs. Let me try to like hand pull each batch. It's impossible. Like you will just die.
No, it's also like, I'm just kind of like, I forget who was like asking us sometime. We were just like looking at, I think it was like some pizza video, or some people were kind of like talking about like different doughs, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then they like actually like filmed like, this is what happens if you do it like this. This is what happens. And it's just like, that would be awesome if somebody did that for like hand pulled noodles, but that was so much work. It was like 3 days of filming just to like,
just for that video.
Yeah, right. So
and then the thing is, like, when you make like one batch of dough, and then you say like, okay, I'm going to use part of this dough to like try one thing, and another part to try another thing. As you try these things, time keeps going on, and that makes the batches different, because one batch has like rested an hour longer than the other, and that's already a different, world. Yeah. So pulled noodles is extremely difficult to test, and also extremely difficult to film yourself doing. But to get back to your question, Amy, like what might it have been that you've done wrong? So I think it probably is, and it's not going to be a very satisfying answer, but it probably is technique. But for me, I tried playing around with all sorts of doughs that you can find in Germany, like kind of like bread flour with lots of gluten and all-purpose flour. And when I rest them overnight with a 50 to 55% hydration and a little bit of salt, I can pull them. I can make pulled noodles with all sorts of different doughs. Might have to do with the milling of German flour, which I think tends to be a bit more fine than in other places, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But the thing is that I've been testing out so many batches, and I've been like just pulling and trying, and literally like the first time I tried hand pulled noodles was like 5 years ago, like way before I had the channel. So this is something I've been like trying on and off for a long time. And I think I just slowly started to get the technique down from just lots and lots of practice, which allows me to kind of take not so easy to pull doughs, and I can sort of get them stretchy.
So one thing, I guess this might be a little bit of a spoiler for the next video, right? Something
I think we already talked about it.
I guess we already talked about it in the last video. Something that you can do. I know there's also another really good Chinese cooking channel. What we're doing like next week, there's like a way that you can make them where basically like after you do like a long rest, you cut them into like ribbons, let them rest. Yeah. And then you can just like pull it like that. You don't look as awesome as like the people at the la mian shops, right? Yeah. But like, you can make a completely delicious noodle. Like I just ate a test batch right before this. So. Oh,
is that what you were eating before?
Yeah. It was that with like a roast goose leftover that we had. So yeah.
Really
and I think that's the good news for everyone trying to make hand-pulled noodles. I think if your dough fails, and you will need more than one batch to practice, it's also like one of the things you guys, Chris and Steph, you wrote in your comments, like don't dream about pulling this off literally on the first try. So but the good news is you can always like kind of rework them into like kind of like a simple hand-pulled noodle, and always like save your dough like that, I think.
Oh, awesome.
So you don't have to throw it away.
Okay, good to know. Well, the reason that we are here is to play some trivia. So how about we get stuck into it?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay.
Can I just say one last thing, because I see people in my chat mentioning the nutritional yeast for hand-pulled noodles. That is something Serious Eats, Tim, I think, from Serious Eats discovered that and shared that. which is, I think, a great innovation. I've done a first
Did you try
test
that?
batch. Yeah, I did a first test batch, and it definitely pulled like crazy. It pulled like crazy, so that definitely works. I'm not sure like about texture and flavor yet. Haven't gotten that far in testing, but it definitely pulls like crazy with nutritional yeast.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I heard something to be careful about that though, because I mean, obviously, sorry, Avi, if you're in this space, this is like, kind of like what do you call it? Like Chinese, cooking gossip. It's like, oh yeah, no, I mean, like, I've heard about the serious nutritional yeast recipe.
The nooch, yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't tried that. One of the things though that I've heard though to be careful if you're going that route, make sure that you have like a fresh thing of nutritional yeast. Apparently, it doesn't quite as work as well if it's like a really old tin or something. Just for anybody in the comments there.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was just we just had to mention the nooch if we're talking about.
Because I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight if I didn't know about nutritional yeast in dough.
Yeah.
Now I'll sleep like a little baby. So let's go with the trivia. I'll get the ball rolling. And so basically we've all prepared 5 questions each. And so everyone that's watching from home, feel free to play along and write your answers down, or help your favorite YouTuber in their chat answer the question. And the format is going to be ask one question and then immediately answer that question. So it'll be like question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. That way, even if you're just watching for 10 minutes, you can just tune in. We'd prefer if you stayed, but if you want to go, no hate there. So I am going to get my screen up here and share with you my trivia. I think I have it. Yeah.
I think we might have like I don't know. It feels like we have like an advantage though, right? Because, we're 2 people. Andong's
Right.
1 person. Yeah.
And you have a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a dog.
Yeah.
So just an FYI for people watching, because I believe there's a little bit of confusion. If you're in, for example, Amy's channel and you comment, like if you're watching this stream on Amy's channel, if you comment, then Amy will see the comment and the others will not. So this is if you wanna help, let's say Amy in the trivia, then you should go on Amy's channel and help her in the chat there. Just because Chris and Steph, like people are loving your Pokemon, which I believe is in the chat, which I believe is referring to your dog. But yeah, so just wanted to pass that along. And guys, if you want to comment on the dog specifically, I'll take those comments because I love that dog. It's very cute. But you should probably do that on Chris and Steph's channel.
I'll also take any comments about the dog. But yeah, again.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Well, I'm gonna get myself a pen. Oh, well, you guys get yourself a pen and paper if you want to write it down, the answers. And here I go with my trivia.
Is it going to be like a 3, 2, 1 show the answer kind of thing, or?
I don't know. How should we do this?
Well, I mean, it just depends. With our questions, it was going to be like a time thing, like whoever could get it first. It just depends on your questions, right?
Well, yeah. How about we just do it like that?
Pen.
And a pen.
Yeah.
So should I write things down?
Yeah, just getting a pen.
I'll leave it.
I like your picture, by the way. I like the dude.
I took that.
I'll get a pen.
Is it Beijing, the picture?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm in Beijing is to walk through the hutongs. And that was one photo I took one day when I had my camera on me. Yeah, I love that photo as well.
Yay.
Okay. Okay.
So will only written answers count? What if I know the answer and I want to answer real fast? Do I have to write it down first?
I think what we'll do is
answer as fast as you can.
I think we need to give the people watching a chance to see the to have a think first, because there's about a 10-second delay between us actually talking and what comes up on YouTube.
True. Very unfair.
So that's at least 10 seconds or 20 seconds, I guess.
Let's give 20 seconds per question, and then I'll ask you guys to try to answer. So, question number 1. Question number 1.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. How many dynasties had Xi'an as its capital?
Shit.
Guys, help out your favorite channel in the comments.
So here's a guy with a major in Chinese studies, and I do not.
You do?
know the answer.
Okay.
Let's see.
Come on.
Come on, guys.
Come on, chat.
Come on, everyone. I'm watching from home.
Maybe we can work backwards, right? I think our chat's a little bit slower than theirs.
Yeah, no, it takes a while before YouTube sees the live show if there's a bit of a delay. But I think, Samantha's coming up now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Wait. All right.
Here we go. Got some answers coming up.
Oh, I mean,
Right.
there's Rob. What's up, Rob?
Okay, guys. Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, should we go with Rob?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry for everybody else. I don't know why I'm trusting our friend Rob so much. Also, there's Neil. So if Neil and Rob say the same thing, then all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, on the count of 5, let
Ready?
me know what you think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
C.
Oh,
13.
you're both right.
Nice. Thank you, Yuan,
Okay.
in the chat.
Thanks.
You said
Yeah,
13.
everybody else. I was gonna guess like 7.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Feels
wait.
like I'm a bad Chinese person.
Look, it's there are so many of those dynasties, and it has Xi'an has such a long history, and they even call it of Chinese civilization, and it's the most dynasties that set the city as a capital of any other city. So Xi'an is basically the city that was the capital the most.
Yeah, especially for those short periods, as that dynasty, does that count? Like in Nanjing, it's you can say 6 or 10, depends on how you count. So, right.
Yeah, hard question. I'm not here for fun, I'm here to win. And that's question number 1. Let's go to question.
Okay.
Oh.
I've actually included a picture of the ring road. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Because otherwise we'll do the answer. The question is, how many ring roads does Beijing have?
I think I know this one.
Yeah, I think I know this one too.
What about you, Andong? I'll give you
Well,
context.
I can write it down. So I definitely know something. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. All right, I'm ready. Reveal.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, chat. We were very
Pretty certain about
We're pretty
that,
sure
I
about
think.
this one. Yeah.
What do you guys think? How many?
Are we
doing it?
Are you doing the
answer?
countdown?
Yeah. No countdown because okay.
All right.
So we had 5.
Oh, 5 is
Or is it 6? Maybe
But
they
wait.
built another one. I don't know.
exactly.
No,
That is
wait.
a trick question. That is a very
Oh
interesting
no, they
trick-
built another one.
Yes.
Wait. No one has won yet. I need to explain this. So neither of you are right. So if you've been to Beijing before, you'll be familiar with the shape of Beijing having lots of circles. Most people might think that it has 6 ring roads, but actually 2 years ago, they completed what's known as the 7th ring road, also known as motorway D95. It's 1,000 kilometers long compared to.
I guess for the Olympics or whatever, right?
I'm
I
not too
see.
sure. It was
Because
completed.
isn't it going to be up in Chengde? Isn't that
Yeah,
there?
it's in Hebei already, right?
I don't know.
It
That is-
basically connects the region, and it only has 38 kilometers of the 1,000-kilometer track is actually through Beijing, but they do call it the 7th ring road. So actually, the correct answer is 7.
Ah.
No, wait, Amy, I must correct you because Can you tell me
Yeah.
where the first ring road is?
I don't actually know.
It doesn't exist. That is the trick question. That's why I am right with 6.
Oh,
Because the first ring road used to be like a
yeah.
oh, that's
Exactly.
super.
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Okay, Andong gets a point for that one for sure.
Well, I used to live in Beijing, and I am very lucky that I got this one right.
You know what? You get a point for that, Andong. That's
Yes.
yeah, that's really cool knowledge.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
ring road one. I had no idea about that.
It used to be
okay.
the first ring road used to be like a light rail or something around the city, which is not around for 50 years or
I
more.
know this one. Yes, finally.
Oh, Andong, well done. Okay, so question 3. Which ethnic minority celebrates the water splashing festival? Fun fact, that is me. That is me being splashed at the water splashing festival.
What?
Yeah.
Water splashing festival? Guys in the chat, anybody?
It was so much fun, this water splashing festival. It's like the ultimate excuse to be cheeky. Just run around, splash people with water.
I really like the super soaker. I just like saw that picture. Yeah.
Yep. People really get into it.
Where exactly is it in? I know you know.
So this
I
would be
know.
my
Oh
If I
yeah,
tell-
right.
clue.
Yeah, I guess we can't give Andong any hints.
No.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no.
Well, you don't need to give me hints because I have my folks in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Check out what you're saying. See if you know the answer.
Okay, I hope nobody in our chat is also telling Andong's chat the answer. You better be in just one chat.
Don't be the best.
No
Hijacking
double A.
your pants.
And actually, just to clarify, I want the Chinese ethnic minority name, not the name that the ethnic minority might go by in another country. Because
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
What?
so some people in my chat are giving me the correct name, but what that ethnic minority is known in another neighboring country.
Because it's
Okay.
also in
okay. Another neighboring country.
What? I don't.
Because there's also, remember, they're in
Yeah, I
that
know.
other
Country.
Southeast Asian country that they live. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, well, I'm going to reveal the answer now. Is everyone ready?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the answer is the Dai. Daizu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, here we go.
Here.
Wait, do I need to like prove it to you? Anyway. Yeah.
Yes. Got it. Yeah, so the name of the festival is the Water Splashing Festival, also known as like, Songkran in, I think, because this ethnic minority isn't only in China. They're spread around
Right.
Southeast Asian region. And I had the opportunity to actually go and celebrate this water splashing festival a few years ago. And it's basically the Chinese New Year celebration for the Dai ethnic minority. And by splashing water, you're eliminating the evil spirits and bad luck of the year. So it's by splashing someone, you're essentially wishing them good luck. So basically an excuse to soak your parents or your children and just take it out and have a bit of a you're not vibing. But yeah, the Daizu is the answer. Next question.
Cool.
Okay, here's the question. What is the biggest province in China? This is a 2-part question. You'll get half a point if you can guess by size which is biggest, and another half point if you can guess by population what's biggest. So it's a 2-point.
Right. I'm pretty sure of that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also just make sure that we're not.
Yeah.
We'll wait on the chat too, because we're pretty sure of this one. Yeah, because this I don't think we can. We could say anything we wanted. We could be lying.
Yeah.
This is all on the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So.
Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay.
Well. Oh, interesting.
Mm.
Wait, but she's a province.
That's so.
The province is like the 32 province, like one of. 30.
Look, no, I'm also including any autonomous regions.
Okay.
I don't know what the technical definition of a province is, but when you see the map of China and it's like up and divided, I'll just call those a province, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no question. I don't know if I made a mistake in the wording of that. There.
So like Ningxia counts, okay.
Yes,
because that's definitely the most populous. Definitely. Sure about that.
Okay. Are we all?
This is so difficult.
Oh wait.
I don't think we should bring this up.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh God, this is so difficult. Okay. Well. Okay. I think I've settled.
Okay.
There's no Googling.
Steph and Chris, how are you guys? Are you good to go?
One sec.
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry.
Someone in my chat is asking, is it hot in Australia right now? Yes, but it's been pouring all day, and it's gone from being super cold to being super hot, and my body doesn't really know what to do. So just to answer your question there, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to the answer now, and the biggest province in China by size is Xinjiang.
Yeah.
Right.
That red one highlighted there. Did you get that right, you guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
amazing. And what did you guys think about by population? What was your answer for that one?
Well, my final answer is Guangdong. Even though
what about
Guangdong? Yeah, we also had Guangdong.
You would be correct. Guangdong has a population of over 110 million. And I guess it isn't also surprising because there are so many huge cities in Guangdong. Like you've got Shenzhen, you've got Macau, Guangzhou, like so many massive mega cities in that one region. So I guess that's surprising. Moving on to question 5. Everyone who has watched my videos before would know the answer to this question because I made a whole video about it. Which Chinese port city did Marco Polo once refer to as the Alexandria of the East?
Yeah. Oh, easy. We don't even need to look at chat.
Oh, do you know because you've seen my video or because you just know?
We've been there.
Yeah, we also went there.
Oh, damn.
Shit. I don't know. I only know that Marco.
Bit of a nerd for Marco Polo.
Yeah,
all I keep hearing is that Marco Polo was a fraud. So I don't know.
A what? A fraud or a fraud?
A fraud, yeah, a fraud.
Oh.
Because apparently he wasn't even in China. Some people say there's dispute. There's dispute because, for example, fun fact: he wrote so much about China, but he failed to mention things like chopsticks. And that wouldn't that be something you'd notice when you're in China? Because he wrote about food, he never mentioned chopsticks.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah, there was also other things, but then weirdly, like I think the scholarly consensus was like, oh yeah, this dude's like completely full of it, right? Until like they saw mention of him in Chinese sources, and they were like, wait, what? How could that be? Anyway. It's kind of like I could be wrong. Not a historian.
I'm gonna go.
This is not a good place for Hayek.
I'm gonna look into it. That sounds super interesting. I didn't know about any of that. So thanks for bringing that up, Andong. So are you guys ready
over there?
I'm gonna give you the answer now. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, the answer is Quanzhou, one of my favorite cities in China. Did you guys get it right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, what did you put?
Now it's a tie then.
I was going to go with Hangzhou, which it's not.
Oh, damn. Well, yes, it was Quanzhou. I made a whole video about it. So you guys, everyone can go to my channel and watch it because it's my favorite video that I've ever made, but it didn't go very well on YouTube. So I'm like trying to more justice for Quanzhou video. And basically Quanzhou was the beginning of the maritime Silk Road in ancient not ancient times, like probably like 1,000 years ago. I don't know if you can call that ancient. And yeah, it was like the entry point for people from all different cultures. And as a result, in Quanzhou, there are so many different religions that still practice in Quanzhou. You can walk down a street and see a mosque, a church, a Buddhist pagoda, a Taoist temple. It's super, super diverse when it comes to religion and culture. But yeah, that's the end of my questions. I hope that you enjoyed it. Can we get a tally count? Andong, how many did you get?
4 out of 5.
Okay, 4 out of 5. And Chinese cooking demystified. How many
Also
did you
4
get?
out of 5.
Oh.
I
know.
It's getting juicy.
Fierce.
Well, that was super fun. Who would like to go next and share their questions?
I can go next if you like.
Andong, it's your time.
All right.
I think our questions might be a little bit much again.
That's the best.
I'm bad at making trivia questions because like it's always hard to know like what would be like obvious, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the obvious ones are boring. Nobody needs obvious answers.
Yeah, I know. There's like this magic level in between like stuff that is too easy and too difficult, where it's like the stuff that people are like, oh, what was the answer to that? That's like the ideal trivia question. And our questions might be a little bit weird. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Are you guys seeing my screen?
Sorry, that's my job. I need to add add it. There we go.
Are we good to go? All right. So let's do trivia. So I do hope you're ready. So first question, we'll start with an easy one. When was beer classified as an alcoholic beverage in Russia?
Oh, I don't know. Someone tell me.
Okay. Are you looking for like the exact year?
Yeah, but like if you're there's a little bit of like a margin of error that I'll be okay with. But just give me a rough estimate.
Okay.
Guys, I need help in the chat here.
I have like a guess, but you know.
Yeah, it's not really fair to like. This is not a question. Like you either know or you don't know. I don't think you can guess this one or like deduct.
Yeah, I've got a bold answer.
All right. How about you, Amy? Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Okay. I'm gonna go with Mickey C. In the comments.
Okay. So whoever of you is closer will get the point. And if you're both spot on, then you both get a point. So if you're ready, then reveal. I will reveal in 3, 2, 1 now. And the answer is in 2013. Until 2013, beer and other beverages with less than 10% alcohol were classified as a soft drink in Russia.
We went with
never.
Yeah, we went with never. This was like Alex Schubert was like, yeah, no, beer's not an alcoholic beverage in Russia. Like that seemed like it sounded right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I think the legal definition probably says that it's now an alcoholic beverage, but in people's minds, maybe still not. I don't know. But yeah.
I had someone in my chat say that the answer is 10,066, which now thinking about it is kind of a weird answer because I don't think I can imagine people sitting around in that time drinking soft drinks. So like just having a Coke with the cattle and the castle. Anyway,
I mean, I think 2020 is a little bit closer to 2013 than but it's true.
We
didn't get it right, you know.
Amy, you could have guessed almost anything and you probably would have been closer, but your guess was so far off that at this point we'll have to go to Chris and Steph.
I think I'm gonna have to.
We said never, though.
Yeah, we said never. I don't think we should get it, you know.
Yeah, I think never is also not close.
Right, because it also could extend into the future, right?
Yeah.
Okay, accepted. 0 points for you and
0 points
for you.
Okay.
Good.
No worries.
Keep moving. Next question. This was just a warm up. Now we're getting gonna get more fun. So, which of the following food items is not a New World crop? And just to clarify, of course, New World crop means that it's something that grew only in the Americas and was only brought to the rest of the world after white people started going there.
Yes, I know that for a fact. Yeah.
Okay, so the options are sunflower, blueberry, cinnamon, and corn.
Yeah, because there's two that I definitely know.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
This.
Amy, how about you?
I think I'm going to take a guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Okay,
So then please, I'm revealing the answer in 3, 2, 1. Cinnamon. Of course, yeah, the answer is cinnamon. Yeah.
Did you?
So,
oh my gosh.
so the thing is, like cinnamon, like even if you don't know the answer, you could think about it. And cinnamon was one of the main spices traded on the Silk Road. So that could have been like a clue to you. So because Silk Road, it's been around for a while. So that's been around before white people discovered America. So, and then to me, it was new that the sunflower is from the Americas. That's like crazy to me because in Russia and in Ukraine and Eastern Europe, it's everywhere. It's like everybody's eating.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was like, okay, like I knew that blueberry and corn weren't New World, but then it's like then with like cinnamon and sunflower, it's like sunflower. Yeah, that could be Old World. But then it was.
Is that around Central Asia?
Because guilin, right?
Yeah, guilin. That's like called cinnamon forest. So
right, and that was actually like a really old one. But then it also depends. How do you define cinnamon?
Oh, there's a technicality about the definition of cinnamon. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no,
family.
Okay, now I
think it's fine.
No, okay, fine. We won't. Like, somebody in our chat was saying, "Chris, you're a nerd," and yeah, I mean, I feel like
I do not disagree.
Known that by now.
Chris, you're impressed here. We are all nerds in our field. I love being a nerd, and I love the nerdiness in everyone.
Yeah. So, and then just one last note on that one, blueberries. It's a bit confusing because there is a thing called a bilberry, I believe, technically, which is something that looks quite similar to the blueberry and is native to Europe, which, like, for example, I grew up eating and like collecting and gathering in the forests around Russia and northwestern Russia. But I think it's called the bilberry. And the confusing thing is that pretty much everything you buy commercially and the stuff that you find in blueberry muffins is actually the blueberry, the plump, big, fat, sweet blueberry from the Americas. And the bilberries are these like tiny little forest blueberries in Europe.
They're like sour, right?
Yeah, they're not as sweet, but I think very delicious and fragrant. So ready to move to the next question?
Yes.
Yeah, both are from Asia, right? Cassia, I think, is from like, okay, sorry. Yeah.
That's cinnamon, right?
Yeah, so there's like, there's the cassia, and then there's also the quote unquote true cinnamon, which is from like Sri Lanka, right? But then I don't know, it's like a debate whether cassia should be also called cinnamon. I am on team that cassia is technically cinnamon, but I understand the David M. I understand your reservations.
Very good.
I love it so much.
Next question, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So this one, the schnitzel is among Germany's favorite dishes. But back in the GDR, socialist Germany, for those who don't know the GDR, what did people substitute for pricey cuts of veal and pork? What was people's low-end solution to having schnitzel in the former communist part of Germany?
Oh,
hang on, we need to make sure that Amy doesn't see.
Screen is like
yeah, you could like read my mouth. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't worry, I can't see anything. I'm too focused on my own answer, which I have.
Amy, are your German folks watching?
I don't know. No,
yeah, I am pretty sure of that.
There, I don't think they're watching.
I think I'm still right. I don't know.
Okay, I think.
Hang on. Let's see if there's any more chats.
Okay, I'll give you 5.
Yeah.
4.
No,
3.
I think it's okay. Fine. I'm just going with it.
Final
Sorry,
answer,
Kat,
Chris?
you might be right.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? And the answer is this. The famous GDR Jägerschnitzel, which means like a hunter's schnitzel,
That was
was
totally
made from
wrong.
made from a processed cooked sausage.
I see. Yeah,
Oh,
I guess.
oh, it's like spam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was supposed to. You crossed out dog, right? That's what you had.
I crossed out
I had dog here.
1,000
Dog?
Yeah, I heard that. There's like because there's like this whole thing with like the news recently or whatever, right? And then I heard there's like some people that were saying like, oh, they used to eat like dog in Germany, and I was like, huh, interesting. So I thought like there might be like some kind of like trick question there. I don't know. I guess I was just way off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think so. People in the chat are saying this is spam, and I think it's. I would say I let spam count as the right answer because it's similar to spam. Obviously, it's like a very processed sausage, like just all the trimmings and pieces blended into
like
a pink paste.
between like spam and mortadella.
Yeah, it's like bologna, mortadella family, but on the low end because like a good mortadella from Italy can actually be very delicious. But this is not that type of mortadella. Okay. So yeah, and it also, as you can see, like the classic schnitzel comes with like potatoes or potato salad, something like that. And this one pretty much always came with like pasta, which unfortunately in Germany is very often overcooked. Yeah. All right. So next question. Are you ready?
Right.
Okay. So next question is, which of the following words' origins has nothing to do with salt? Is it salad, salute, celery, or sauce? So we're talking about the word's origin story. Like, where does this word come from? The meaning, today's meaning might have shifted, but the original version of the word can be linked to a story with salt. Yeah. Dum, 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 dum.
I'm waiting for someone in the chat to pop up. I have no clue.
Yeah. Go back. I think I have. Yeah, I knew that one, right? So, yeah, those are the same two that I'm between. Yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten 3 answers in my chat so far, and they're all different. Answers. They're
Okay.
One of each.
Okay, let's go with the Dino Soup Girl. Okay.
I'm gonna go for. Okay, I have an answer.
You have an answer?
Oh, no. Okay. What do you think?
Chris and Steph, you got an answer? Okay.
Or the other one. Whatever. Let's just.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Got it?
Okay. All right.
You got it?
Sorry.
Okay. So
Next time
revealing.
You make the executive decision.
Revealing in 3, 2, 1. Boom. It's salute. So salute comes from a Latin word meaning something like healthy or health. And then all the other words. So a salad meant, because sal or something like that, sal is like Latin for salt. And a salad was just like salted vegetables. That's what it originally meant. A sauce is also comes from like, that's the salty stuff that you put on the vegetables. And actually, if you go to Spanish, where of course this is called salsa, you can actually still have the SAL in there. Then sauce is like a Frenchified version of salsa. So it's like, it was Latin sal, then it became salsa, and then it became sauce, and then it became sauce in English.
Interesting.
And other languages. And salary was just like an allowance given to like soldiers and workers to buy salt. So yeah, that's
that was the one that I'd heard of, right? So it was like, yeah.
You guys get it right, Steph and Chris?
No, we guessed sauce.
Okay. Good. All right. So then last question out of mine. You ready?
Yeah.
Good. Which type of meat is traditionally consumed raw in Germany, and in the shape of what other animal? So let me elaborate. So there is one type of meat that is eaten in Germany, sometimes raw, not always. And when it's eaten raw, it's oftentimes presented in the shape of another animal, not the one that you're eating. Which meat is it, and in the shape of what other animal?
I actually have had meat in Germany. It's quite a. Is it the same raw meat that people often have for breakfast? Can I get a clue?
Yes, it's very often. So yeah, that makes it probably worse. It's raw meat that German people love to have for breakfast. Yeah, some people in the chat are already getting it right. I love that.
Probably because you have some German followers.
I don't know. I don't think he's.
Yeah, but what's the shape?
I don't think
he's.
he's.
What's the shape?
The shape. That's right. But there's like actually, if you know the right answer, the German word, that both is in there. Both is in there because there's a name for this. But yeah, we'll get into this in a second. Yeah. So people are definitely people definitely know the answer. I think every German knows the answer to this.
Okay, we're gonna follow ping here. Okay.
Yeah. So Amy, you know what type of meat it is.
I don't know the shape.
I'm pretty sure. I've never asked. All I know is that when I've eaten it, it's raw meat, and they sprinkle it with some onion. And I'm just using my powers of deduction to know what meat is more safer to eat raw than others. So I think I have the type of meat right, but as for the
I'm just gonna guess the shape.
Well, just take a guess. Take a guess. I don't think.
What would be like the what? For the shape, we're literally just going like what Daryl Snow's answer. So
if it seems really absurd, it's probably right. Yeah. Okay, so are we ready for the reveal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so revealing in 3, 2, 1, boom. So this is the German Mettigel.
Oh,
so
yes.
Right?
Yeah, cool. Daryl, thank you.
Yeah. Congrats, Daryl. You just saved it.
You know.
So yeah, this is I don't have no idea where this tradition comes from.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what's the white stuff there?
Onions. Yeah, it's onions. It's onions. I think the fact that people are dressing this up as a hedgehog, I think the reason is that you just have these onions and it's like raw pork with onion, salt, and pepper. But it's just like so easy to just stick these onions in there, and then it kind of looks like a hedgehog. And I think that's kind of how this came about. But I'm just guessing here.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's going to keep not getting this. I thought it was beef. I didn't realize that pork. I've been eating raw pork this whole time. I thought that. Isn't it like a bit eat raw pork? Like you get worms?
I think raw beef would probably be worse, like more dangerous for you. The thing is, like I believe with both pork and beef, the bacteria that can harm you, most of it is on the outside of the meat. So if you trim the outside and then you grind it, I believe it could be safe to eat. But please, don't this is not food science here.
I think one thing. I'm forgetting, off the top of my brain, there's what the name of the disease is called. It's begins with a TR or something. Anyway, apparently nowadays, usually pork's pretty safe.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't test it here in China, but yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. And then also in Germany, when you go to the meat counter, there's always kind of Hackepeta or Met grade pork, which is not more expensive, but I believe they just trim off the outside before they grind it or something like that.
Makes
okay,
sense.
Good. So that's it from my side. How many did you guys get right?
Big fat 0.
Right. Okay, we got the pork hedgehog and cinnamon. Yeah. So we got 2.
All right. Okay.
All right. So I guess we finished up ours with a total of 6.
Okay.
Right. But then oh no. Okay. So here's the thing. This actually, we'll try to figure this out because we ended up. Our questions are complex, multi-part things, right? So we were okay. We got through prepping some of them. We're okay, we'll only do 3, right? Because otherwise, it could potentially go on forever, right?
Idea.
So ours are 3, but I guess the last 2 will count as 2 points each, right? So that we all have a level playing field.
Sounds
good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So Now I need to remember how to do this. Share screen. Okay. Share screen. All right. Application window. I am not an idiot.
Excited.
Me
Sorry,
too.
everybody.
Next with this. Oh, here we go. I'll add that
Okay,
to
you got you.
Ooh.
Okay,
Oh, that's the bar.
that is the
Yeah.
got Nailed it.
Is it in the same class?
Do I get a
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, because the next one is
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that t-shirt. Wait. I have that t-shirt.
Oh, really?
Steph, you
yeah,
know you're
the same one?
I
I mean,
was
it's
Steph, you're becoming a fashion icon. Do you know that?
look.
Your
I was
t-shirts
gonna-
are becoming epic.
I can't believe
Nice.
you have that t-shirt. Bella, come here.
Okay.
Oh, Amy's fetching her T-shirt, I think.
Oh, I
You have
see.
a dog too?
Oh,
This is my Bella.
No, she's fetching the T-shirt.
okay.
Aw.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do have the same
cute.
Yeah,
T-shirt.
no.
Yo, wait, but yours doesn't say "I'm cool" though, right?
No, it does.
It
Yeah, it
does?
was just like with the lighting.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I didn't see that.
Yeah, it says I am cool.
Yeah, it's a good T-shirt.
It's the best.
All right.
Okay.
So
Okay, so now, okay, basically, I'm kind of doing this on the seat of my pants here, right? Because for these, I guess we'll have it correct if you can get more than half, right?
mhm.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So, okay, now again, these are like kind of multi-part, and I apologize in advance, right? So, yeah, we'll just basically, like, I think everybody knows that there's like 8 big cuisines in China, right? Now, obviously,
Mhm.
there's more than that, right? There's no like, Yunnan food or Guizhou food or, like Dongbei food in here, but like of those 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just listed it on there. If you can see it, the 8, maybe you need to, zoom in. Basically, just name one dish from each cuisine, right? So probably some might be easier than others. If you get more than half, then it counts as correct.
Okay. So one dish from each cuisine. Okay, I think I
Right.
can do this.
Okay. That's okay. How many do we have to do to kind of get the point? Do we need to get
So
all of them?
5 to get the point.
5? Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
reasonable. All right. Okay. Okay, first one's easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
we do complicated questions, apparently.
Yeah, because we did the quiz in Discord that
Yeah.
once, right? And like, everything's a multi-part. Sorry.
Oh, this is the best. My chat is the best.
People in my chat, help me, please.
Okay. Ooh, this is like some of them are so easy, and some of them are like I have no idea.
Having a mind blank. I feel the pressure since I
Yeah,
haven't.
I mean, actually, like off the top of my head, I know very little about Hanwei food. Thinking about it.
Yeah, you can still name a couple dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Thanks, Rob.
All right. So, okay, guys, I need.
We should kind of.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, are you guys basically ready? Do you need more time?
I need
think-
2 more seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone in my chat could help me out with Jiangsu and Zhejiang.
Oh, yeah. Jiangsu is also difficult for me.
Well, I think it would be like kind of easy because like easy to mix up because especially outside of those regions, like if
Mhm.
you're in Beijing or like Shenzhen or something, lots of times it's just like, it's like a Jiangnan restaurant and it could be like either one, right?
Mhm. Okay. So I'm good.
Okay. I'm not, but I have one. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're good to go.
Okay, so now I didn't think this through. Yeah, we need to basically fact check each one now, right? Okay. Why don't we just we'll start with Andong.
Okay. All right. So let me start. So for Cantonese food, that was super easy. There's like too many things to pick from. I can just pick any dim sum, I guess, and that would be xiajiao, like a shrimp dumplings, let's say. Does that count? All right.
Sure.
So for Sichuan, I picked twice cooked pork, hui guo rou. Then for Anhui, I did not know any, but I got recommended a lot of things that I don't know if I want to try. But one of them is I don't know how to read. Chou gui yu. It's like stinky steamed fish. Is that correct?
Right.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. There's a bunch of people recommending that one. Good. Then for Jiang's, what's the next one? Zhejiang food. Okay, Zhejiang food. I'm guessing the Xihu Cuyu, the Westlake vinegar fish. Does that count? Is Hangzhou in Zhejiang?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that should.
I mean, yeah, good. Right? I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay, good enough for this quiz, I hope. And then, so then the next one would be Anhui food, right? Sorry, that was the smelly fish. And then the next one is Jiangsu food. Jiangsu food is Songshu Gui Yu, right? The fish that is in this red sauce and with the pine nuts.
They also have that.
Yeah, I mean they also have that, right? Where's it from originally?
Shandong.
It's from Shandong originally, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but it's okay. They also have
everywhere.
It. Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe half. All right. So for Fujian,
sure. Yeah. Name one dish from the cuisine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Then
cool. Unless you want to show off, you already got the point.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. No, let me just finish. Like for Fujian, something I had there is guobianhu, which is a very rare dish that I've not had anywhere else in China, but it probably exists in other. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like a breakfast dish where they take, I think it's like a rice starch slurry, and they make it. They pour it like on the edges of a wok where it like quickly turns into like a rough noodle-ish thing. And it's like super interesting. But like that was delicious. That was delicious and like a perfect light morning snack. So like a freshly steamed rice noodle sort of. And then Hunan food is the fish head, the double fish head with one with red chilies, one with green chilies. It burns my mouth every time I even think about it. And then for Shandong, maybe the Shandong jianbing. Is there like a Shandong variety of jianbing as well? Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah. Favorite version.
Yeah,
so
that one I like a lot.
I guess you got all 8.
Yeah.
Yes. With the help of my chat. Thank you guys. You're the best.
Okay. I'm not going to go very well. For Cantonese, I put siomai. I like a variety of dumpling. Sichuan, I put kangpa chicken, gongba jiding. Jiangsu, I put sweet and sour fish. Can that be? Yeah. Zhejiang, when you go to Waipojia, that restaurant, and they have those little longjing shrimps. The little.
Totally.
Is that? Yeah. Anhui food, I put Anhui fried rice.
What?
Anhui fried rice.
Yeah, it's famous.
I don't think this counts.
Yeah, I mean, but like, any Anhui people out there? Is there an Anhui fried rice? I mean, they fry rice in Anhui, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you just put some tofu in there, Yeah.
For Fujian, I put Fuzhou fish balls. My favorite thing to eat when I'm in Fuzhou.
Yes.
So good, huh? Hunan, I have Hunan fried rice.
Except there is a pretty distinctive fried rice. Like at least whenever we're in Shenzhen, what's that? Because they actually have like soy sauce in it, and they put chilies in.
They call it soy sauce fried rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
And then for Shandong, I of course put the Shandong jianbing, my favorite jianbing.
Okay.
Okay, so both of you got the point.
Oh,
right
Yeah, no, because it's like you got to get 5.
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was
both of
saying.
you
Yeah,
got the both of you got the question point. Yeah.
Awesome. That was a fun one.
That was good. That was. I thought I knew Chinese food pretty well, but I've just realized that I don't.
Oh shit! I just hit my chat. How do I get my chat back?
Okay, let me kind of come back here. Okay, so the next thing, we're doing. Okay, I feel a little bit bad. Sorry. So this is going to be basically identifying ingredients, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 5 different ones. Basically, some of them might be too hard. We'll see, right? Basically, if you get 3 of them, right, then you'll get the point. And I guess we'll just make these 2 points each, right, in order to make it fair between everybody, right?
2 points each.
Yeah. Anyway, because the winner really matters here, right. So yeah, okay. So basically, we'll go through one, just maybe like write down your answer, and then we'll go to the next one, and then at the very end, then we'll take a look at it. Okay.
No, I think we should show each. I think after each
one, we'll go for it.
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay.
For it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that might be a little bit more interesting. I agree. I'm stupid. Okay. First one.
I love that stuff. I love that stuff.
Do you know what it is, Andong?
Yes.
You've definitely eaten it before.
Yes.
Was it at your place? Did you make it?
Not at our place, no.
But it's often eat at many places in China.
Yeah, but like it'd be very likely that it was like in a dish that
with something
else, and you might just recognize it as the crunchy green thing, right? It's
so underrated and very difficult to find outside of China, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised that like some places like in the US, people are like, oh yeah, no, I can get it at the supermarket. It's like, what?
Crazy.
All
right. Have we given okay. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Celtus, right? In English. Is it Celtus in English?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how, it's pronounced, but
what a weird name.
Celtus. I think it's one of those things that you always like see written, not like
yeah, you never say Celtus.
So many things.
Yeah, and actually and funny thing is in the German name for this thing is asparagus lettuce.
It does kind of look like
yeah, and it does look like asparagus and lettuce, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's from the lettuce family. Interesting.
Okay, next one. We'll try to be a little bit excuse me. Okay, next one.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite ingredients, and I'm so sad that it seems like people can't get it outside of China.
It looks like it was very umami. Would I be guessing that?
Umami. I feel like it originally had umami, but then after making it into this, it is not so umami, but it is delicious in a different way.
That doesn't really help me at all.
Oh.
Okay.
So I think I've seen this.
Yeah, we'll try to keep this moving though.
Okay,
I think we got a couple chat caught up with us. So yeah, we've got more. So why don't we keep moving? So yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Well,
I put bamboo.
Yeah. Dried bamboo.
Both of you, I don't know.
I'll say both of you get half points.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
So this is smoked bamboo shoot, right? It's used a lot in like Hunan and it is an awesome ingredient because it like really packs like a punch of smoke. And yeah, like you have it like, you know, stir fried with like laro, and it's pretty awesome. Heavily recommended. I don't know if anybody out there has a smoker and likes to smoke things and also has bamboo.
Bamboo shoot.
Bamboo shoots, right? You know, give that a go. I have no idea how to make it. Okay, next one.
Oh,
So yeah. Right.
yeah.
Ah. Wow. Oh.
So you're
okay.
guessing the thing on the left, right? So
Okay.
you know, right. The thing on the right is, you know, the actual kind of like a dish that it's used in. It usually looks very different by the time you use it.
I feel like I know what it is, but I feel like it's too easy. I feel like it's a trick question.
Is it a trick question? I think it's not a trick question. And I think,
And I think I know what Amy means, though. I thought it's one thing, and then I looked closer, and now I think it's another thing.
Yeah,
That's
look closer. The picture does look like one thing. I also know what you mean. Yeah, kind
Okay.
of look like one thing, but
Okay.
Go with your gut.
the
Okay.
hint,
Yeah.
My gut is telling me to go with the.
Yeah.
it's not dry fruit.
Yeah. It's not dried fruit.
Oh, flippity dee.
Yeah. You were going to say goji berry, didn't you?
Yes, I was.
Okay, it's not goji because the picture does
No.
kind of look like goji, right? So
Yeah.
that would be
I was going to say goji first, but I think it's something else.
yeah.
I'm going to my chat. I'm consulting my chat.
Oh, the chat will know.
Okay, I know what it is now.
So you know,
Yes.
Okay.
ready?
Mhm.
3,
Ready?
2, 1.
Fermented red rice.
Both got it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To me, right?
That's in chasio, right? That stuff.
Yeah, it's like one version of chashu has it, right? So yeah, I mean it's used a lot in Fujian, right? So yeah, I mean that's definitely something like I want to explore a little bit more, right? But yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Okay, next one. Okay. All right. Oop. Oh, now you gotta. Okay, so this one's a little bit hard to maybe see. Okay, so you're again guessing the thing on the left. This thing can be used quite a bit. Lots of times you'll see it in like dried or powdered form. And then the thing on the right is chicken, and it has it. So there's many kinds of this thing chicken. So
Interesting. This thing chicken.
It's also used in Southeast Asia
yeah,
It is.
particularly Malaysia.
and
Mhm.
Indonesia.
Oh yeah, Indonesia a bit too. Yeah.
I think they featured this ingredient on MasterChef the other night in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because it's
Or maybe I'm completely wrong.
Right. Well, I have two guesses, and I don't know. Yeah, I have two guesses, and the chat is like divided between these exact two things. Oh no.
Yeah.
I think our chat's also divided between those two too.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
but just a hint, the ones that they use a lot in Thailand actually doesn't really look like this, though.
Oh, that's like a way too easy hint.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know what it is.
I guess now you know what it is.
Okay. Well, anyway, all right.
Okay.
Shall we
Yeah,
reveal?
okay.
Well, let's try. Let's try.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. Sand ginger. Yeah, no, not galangal. Yeah, sand ginger. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's sometimes called in English lesser galangal, right?
Yeah.
But
Ah.
you know, it's not galangal though.
Damn.
I would disagree with somebody that labels it galangal.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat, by the way, are saying turmeric, and I think turmeric. I get where that comes from. I think it looks very similar on the outside, but it's very strongly yellow colored.
Yeah. And this is a little bit more wrinkly than this one.
Okay, last
True.
ingredient identification
Okay.
Okay.
Last?
for the ingredient. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
And then we
okay.
got 5 more, right? So sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So this guy. This one's really hard. I didn't even know this one. So yeah, this was
Okay. Then I'm definitely
basically
wrong.
like, I was saying, Steph, like we have to have one that's like really, really hard, right? So yeah. This one I would have no idea.
The hell is that?
So it's like Steph, why don't you give them a hint?
Yeah.
I don't know very much about this.
So it's a flower. It's used in ethnic minorities groups in China. They would use this kind of flower to make the thing on the right. Usually, they would make it during some kind of like festival to celebrate.
Yeah. So like the thing on the right is rice. It's colored rice. So it's not like super clear, I know, right? So yeah, it's like a flower that's used to color this rice. And honestly, I'm forgetting the name of it. So this is all you, Steph.
Ooh, this is tough.
That's a question.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It's a
Anyone in
flower.
the chat?
Yes, this is a flower.
I mean, you can if you know, like if any of you in your chat like know like the common name that's like used in China or like people call it, it's fine. Like you don't have to put out like the scientific name because I'm also forgetting that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Ready?
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go with a wild guess from the chat, and if that's the right answer, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3, 2, 1.
It's not osmanthus. What?
So you probably can't really read my handwriting. Somebody in the chat suggested this thing is called Huang Fan Hua, which would just mean like yellow rice flower.
Basic. Okay, I'm gonna give you 0.5 because usually it's called like Zhan Fan Hua, like dyed rice flour.
But it might
maybe
Oh, wow. So that was...
maybe in some places they call it Huang Fan Hua because dialects. So
Oh wow.
actually, I'm gonna give
Cool.
you one.
Yeah, sure. Given how
Awesome.
unfair it is, right?
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Yang Lin from the chat. That was awesome. I thought that was a joke, but it turned out you were for real.
I mean, this is pretty awesome. That
it's like Anhui fried rice kind of answer, you know?
So Andong got
4 out of 5.
got 1. Oh, and Amy got like 2.5.
Yeah.
So
2.5.
you'll need 3 to get the quest.
But it's 2.5, so let's just do 1 point for Amy, 2 points for Andong there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because it's 2-pointer. Yeah. These points are very important.
Extremely.
Yeah.
How many did I get in total from you from this round?
I think 4, right?
4.
And me?
Yeah. I think you got 2.5.
Okay, I'll go with that. 0.5 more than I was thinking.
Yeah, okay. Last one might be a little bit fairer and more interesting than ingredients is same deal, but dishes. Okay. So we'll start off with an easy one.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh.
I'm ready.
Really? This is the easy one?
Okay, all right. I'll give you everything goes into the thing in the top left.
Okay. I'm blanking out on this. Okay. Yeah, well. I don't know. I think I'm passing on this. Oh, this is a Chinese dish?
Yes.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I have no idea.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes.
What about your
Reveal,
chat?
please. Reveal, please.
Your chat might know.
锅条米线.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Of course.
Yeah, guo chao
Okay.
mixian.
Yes.
My favorite snack from Kunming.
And it's delicious.
Okay.
Of course, I've had it.
Next one. All right. So you guys both lived in the north, right? So like yeah, it might be a little bit. So basically, yeah, you got these guys on the street that I've only had myself like mediocre versions of this in Shenzhen, right? So yeah,
I don't know.
I'm trying to think any.
This one. I believe I've seen this, but I have no idea.
Daryl Snow is saying it's not an authentic version. I mean, it could be. I'm trying to.
Nothing is
Because
ever
I've only had it in
authentic.
Shenzhen, right? So I was trying to get like good pictures of.
Ooh. Fortunately, I have some pros in the chat. So
Yeah, this is it's from Shenyang originally, right? Is that
That's
it?
what I heard.
uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm sure chat can correct us. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to.
2, 1.
Oh no! Yeah. Yeah, the chat was for a second. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Kalian. Yeah.
Thank
Did
you
you see? Khao Lang Mian.
Yeah.
Okay, I keep on
Delicious.
trying to like reach for
Delicious.
your computer when I'm doing this. Right. Okay. Next one.
Oh, I wish I could eat that
Yeah. Okay.
You had it.
I feel like everybody's had this before, but then it's like, oh yeah, what's it called, right? Yeah.
Right.
So if anybody in my chat knows the name of this, please let me know. I've definitely had this. Made by a very cute granny on the street.
I'm trying to figure out whether that's noodle or potato.
Noodle or potato. Oh, for Khao Lang Mian, by the way, somebody guessed New York hot dog, which I think is close enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, anything can be a hot dog.
Yeah. Wow. Guys, you are pros in the chat. You know everything. That's
Okay.
Okay. Shall we? 3, 2, 1.
Lang Ya Tudo.
Yeah.
Well.
What did you write?
Yunnan fries.
I just wrote Yunnan fries. People knew this in the chat, but
I think Yunnan fries are a bit too generic, though.
are there many types though? Are there different types? I think if there's only one type of Yunnan fries should count. But now I'm just haggling.
Yunnan fries, I think.
But like, do we know?
Well, there are like the
It's
flat sheet ones,
Okay,
like the chunk ones.
Fair enough. Okay, Yunnan fries doesn't count. It's a
Did I
category,
get
not a dish.
Yeah, you get it right, Amy.
Hey, thank you to people in my chat.
Okay. Next one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one was a really bad picture. Okay. So like it was really hard to get like a good picture, okay, of this. So I'm gonna like get you like 70% of the way there. Okay. So that's a duck. Okay. And that is stuffed with rice and other stuff. So that's what you're looking at.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That is difficult. It looks like a duck that has had too much fried rice, too much anhui fried rice.
Yeah. Slightly clogged digestive system.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, but fortunately the pros in the chat. Oh, that's amazing.
Okay, I think I have it.
What's up, dude? Okay. 3.
Wait.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, got it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's amazing. I'm so proud of everyone in the chat. You guys know so much. Next time I'll do research, I'll just live stream my research so you'll do all the work for me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Last one. This was my turn to have a really difficult, obscure one. We'll see how obscure it is. I don't know. Yeah.
oh, I know it. I know it.
I don't know it, but I want to eat it.
That's correct. Oh, it's so delicious.
Oh, wow. So my first, like my gut feeling is to say that this is a batura bread filled with steamed dumplings.
So, right, basically, like the thing you're guessing is the thing on the left, right? But I also included the thing on the right, basically, so that it would be a little bit clearer what this thing was actually being stuffed with.
Huh?
I only recently discovered this dish on a trip I did end of last year, and I ate it every day that I was in this place.
Guys, I need help. I don't know. I think I know where this is from now, but I still don't know what it is. Guys, I need help. This is so. But I definitely want to eat this. Like, okay, I'll ask you what the stuff around it is in a second. Like once we have the answer. But yeah, okay. So I think I gotta pass. I think you can reveal.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
油饼包烧麦.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
so-
I love it so much.
Yeah, in Wuhan, yeah. This thing, I think it might even just be like one shop that specializes it. I don't know enough about like food in Wuhan.
There's one like really serious breakfast street, and they have all of some of the best little retailers and vendors that sell everything from 热干面 to 汤面 to like everything. And then 油饼包烧麦 was something that I'd never had before. And I was like completely transfixed by the concept of stuffing a what is it, like an oil
Right.
with a shao mai. It was like the best concept ever.
Yeah, well, one of the things, like the actual like seasoning within the shao mai is also like really good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly the seasoning that they put in, but it's some kind of like
There's like, I think the shiitake, something like that, or like shiitake mushroom, and they call it in the saomai itself in Wuhan. I think they call it 重油 saomai, which is like heavy oil saomai, right? So the saomai itself is already very juicy and full of flavor, and you pack into this like soft but also crispy, freshly fried bread dough.
yeah, it's one of the things that like, if you were like, okay, close your eyes, top 3 things you've eaten in this country, like, I mean, that would almost have to be one of them. I love that stuff.
What a concept. Great thing, put it together, even better thing. If anyone wants to see more information and see these this food in action, you can watch my Wuhan video on my channel. If anyone wants to.
Oh, you have this one on your Wuhan video?
Yeah, it's within the first 5 minutes of my Wuhan video, I look at some Wuhan breakfast foods, and 油饼包烧麦 has a very special mention in there, and drooling over it.
So in this round, Andong got 3 points and Amy got 4.
So then both of them got 2. So then if we tally everybody up for this whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. Yeah. There you go.
So
Do I get half a point for this then?
I think, Amy, weren't you keeping score for everybody? So I know that we got 6 points total, right?
Yeah, I have everyone's score. So what are our scores for this round for Andong and I?
So
you are 4. Andong's 3.
4 for the whole round?
Yes.
for the whole round.
Yeah, the whole. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's
It's
1
supposed
point
to be
each for
5
these.
points.
And then we had
total, right?
1.2 points, right? And then
It's-
2 points. Yeah, right.
It's 5 points in total, right?
So Andong was how many? Sorry, I blanked.
Andong's 3.
3 out of 5, and then I was
4 out of 5.
Okay, so I have the final point check. Let's announce the winners of our little trivia. So in last place with 4 points out of 10 is myself. Woohoo! In second place on 6 points out of 10 is Steph and Chris. And then in first place with 7 points out of 10 is Andong. Congratulations.
There you go. What do you get for being a winner? We should have figured something out, right?
A laurel and
So what is that? What do you call that when somebody gets an Oscar and they do the speech, the thank you speech? So I'm doing that now. I would like to thank my chat for giving me the best answers ever. And I would also like to highlight one thing is that somebody suggested, somebody like captured one of Chris's quotes, which was "Everything can be a hot dog" by Chris.
Yeah.
And I suggest that should be on Steph's next T-shirt. And
Everything can be a hot dog. Yeah.
yeah, everything can be a hot dog. And
Yeah, you'll need to draw something, you know.
Yeah.
and as a prize, I would like to get a high quality recording of Chris saying "umami," and I will use that as my ringtone.
Let me try to do like an ASMR kind of
ASMR
thing.
with the dog.
Umami.
Oh,
Oh, that's all I needed.
yeah, man, I'm a happy woman.
All
Well,
right.
thank you guys so much for coming together and having a trivia session. Can we do it again sometime? I really had a lot of fun.
Definitely. Let's do it again sometime. I enjoyed this very much.
Yeah, what about you guys, Steph and Chris? You want to do this again?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
Sure.
definitely figure something out now that we have all the logistics sorted. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
Mhm.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also really enjoy all these questions too.
Yeah. For next time, I'm going to make my questions harder. It seems that
yeah,
mine-
sorry. Yeah.
Because we did one before with like over on Discord. Yeah, and because like everybody like in our community is like really like food nerds, so we're just like go out there to just make the
I
questions.
really enjoyed your questions. I don't think you have to make them any easier on my account. I just have to study harder. I think you're perfect. I just need to up my game.
Right.
Yeah,
All
well,
right,
unless you guys have any last questions, I might or any questions from the chat, any last questions, we might end the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just see if there are any, if you have any last minute questions coming through,
Yeah.
you can address them. I just want to mention that my friends at Let's Talk China, they do a live stream every Saturday. They're going live this Saturday and they have some very big guests. So if anyone is interested in checking that out, please do so. I'll put a link in the chat to their upcoming stream.
Cool.
Okay, I guess there's no more questions.
Yeah, sure. You know, I think it's probably getting late for some people, and I guess
Yeah.
it's time for Andong to start his day. So you know.
Yeah. The question is, did I stay up long or did I get up early? You will never know.
With enough coffee, there's no difference.
That is true. And I've had 2 during the course of this live stream. So I'm pumped.
Namajidong. All right. All right.
Well,
Good chatting with you guys.
All right. Thank you guys. See you soon.
bye.
Bye.